This side of the quick speed shop, I'm finally done working on the red Jeep. I'm going to fire this up and get it out of here. We're going to clean up the shop a little bit, and then I think we're going to bring in the 40 Mercury, start working on that for the winter. So I'm going to climb on this and see if she'll fire up. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. Hey guys, welcome back to the Quick Speed Shop. What have I got going on today? Let's take a look in the back of the F-250 and we'll find out right now. What is this? Oh my goodness. Rusty junk. What do we got here? Well, what we got is an upside down 1958 Plymouth Savoy trunk. Bam, how cool is that? I've been going after looking at this thing in my old time junkyard for a long time. It's a 58 Plymouth. That's right, this is just like the one you saw in Christine, the movie Christine. This is a 4-door. It's a Savoy. It's the cheap model, I believe. There, the car was originally white, but it's got all the taillights in track. There's a couple of dings in the trim. Bumper's rusty. Oh, what's this? Gray Motors in Scottsdale, New York. No kidding. So, got the lights on here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Just kind of make like a little display. I might build it into like a couch type thing, but for now, it eventually it was going to go into crusher, so I wanted to save it. This isn't something you see every day. Nobody's got the back half of a 58 Plymouth just hanging around that they want to cut off, so I got it. It's going to be awesome. I got the side trim for it here. I got the trim around the back window. Goes up on there, but I'll probably do things like take the hinges off, or maybe put it back. Actually use the trunk hinge as the back support for the couch if I make a couch out of it. But cool old rusty junk here on display. I'll make a metal framework for it to tie it all together, but went out and grabbed it this morning out of the junkyard. My friend Tony helped me pull it out of there. So I'll go ahead and get a plate and throw on it, like a 58 plate, and pretty awesome. And it happens to go with here. This is the back half of my 57 Chevy. This is a 4-door hardtop, and it was a car I found in the woods. The lady gave me it for free. I gave the chassis away. I scrapped the roof in the front of the actually I sold the cowl. I scrapped the roof because that was junk, and the car had been shortened in like a clown car, but I saved the whole rear section of the 57. I've got a bumper back here out of the junkyard put on it. I got the Bel Air trim. I got the taillights, so eventually I want to paint this up and do it as a display too. But back half of a 57 Chevy and back half of a 58 Plymouth. All kinds of cool junk here at the Quick Speed Shop. So that's pretty awesome to have this thing back here. I've always liked these cars. I'd like to find one someday, but they're super hard to find. I actually had a 57 DeSoto 2-door hardtop I bought in high school from a classmate for 25 bucks. My dad and I cut it up, and I have the Hemi in my living room. It's a 341 DeSoto Hemi. Eventually I'd like to get that rebuilt, but they're horrendously expensive to get rebuilt, so I'm just hanging on that for now. It's a display motor. But it had big fins on it like this car had. You know, the DeSoto had the 3 taillights down the fin. But this is super cool. 58 Plymouth, quarter panels and trunk and all that. 57 Chevy. Maybe I'll make a double-decker couch. Who knows? But see cool old stuff like this, you got to save it because it's going to be going away sooner rather than later. And probably now, with what things are going on, probably a lot sooner rather than later. But we won't get into that. But saving old junk and having fun with it. Bam. Okay, I'm back inside after setting up that Plymouth thing. It looks like a J.C. Whitney has exploded all over the garage floor here. What these are is aftermarket wheel discs. And they're probably like Kelvinars, I would imagine. These all came out of an old junkyard / parts store. These are new, but they've been rusty, obviously. But these go on to a 50s wheel, then you have the hubcap hold them on. You got a whole bunch of different styles here. These are stainless. I cleaned these up, the ribbed ones. Fortunately, there's only 3 of those. Those would probably be something people would want. And got these ones here that are stainless. They cleaned up. They're kind of banged up though, because I think they've been moved around a bunch of times. I got a scrap pile of ones that are all broken junk over there. I got some ribbed Ford Deluxe trim rings here. I think that's a 17-inch Ford trim ring. Some 15-inch trim rings. Some more 16-inch standard Ford trim rings. I think that's a porthole window trim, which I don't know what that goes to. A couple of awesome Studebaker President hubcaps here. And then more of these like Calvin R style. This is the white one. Let's see, here's a couple of white ones. 115, 116. People have put these on to like simulate white wall tires back during the war, or right after the war when rubber was still scarce and tires are scarce. You could get the white ones to put on there. But so I got all these. I want to try to put them away. I think I'm going to make a rack so I can hang them up next door in the parking area. Just get them up out of the way. And eventually I'll probably try to sell some of the nice ones if we're ever allowed to do swap meets again. Because I've been cleaning off the back of the Jeep before I put this away. I went through and I had all those trim rings and stuff were in just a big pile of gobbledygook back here. But I got a whole bunch of exhaust, new old stock exhaust clamps from back in the day. Got my Model A heater collection here, all kinds of different heaters, auto lights, Otwells, bunch of stuff. And I'm going to put these away when I put this thing away. So I've just been cleaning off here. Got a bunch of old oil cans I want to go through. So just trying to get organized to get this all done before I bring the Mercury up in here. I hung that conduit up and I hung all those trim rings up there on the wall so I know where they are. Hung some Model A headlights up there so everything's out of the way. I can inventory them, see what I got there. I got all my hubcaps organized. My 3/4 ton truck hubcaps organized over here. So I'm trying to make like a hubcap area. Try to get things a little bit organized so everything's not such a disaster. Oh, I also hung up my my porta walls here. I got a cool set of those. Hung them up. Okay, let's give her a go here. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can get out of here. Oh yeah. She's smoking. pretty tired, and she gets loaded up real easy idling here and burns a lot of oil. This engine's got a lot of hard miles on it, so a little emission-y, but she still runs. Okay, it's a little while later. I've still been monkeying around with stuff. It got dark out now. But I've been in here cleaning the garage out, preparing to get the Mercury in. About this zone here, I want to have enough room to get around it and work there. So, I don't know if you noticed, probably have this silver tarp thing here. It's been in the background for over a year in the videos. Well, we're going to uncover it right now. You can see what it is. Hold on, watch this. It's like Vanna White. I'm going to do the showcase. So, ta-da! It's dusty. Ta-da! What this is a louver machine for louvering hoods and panels and stuff on cars. My uncle had this built in the 80s. He used a Good Time Louver Company. He bought the dies and the stuff, the dies and the receiver and all that. And then he had all his framework built. I think it's 3" by 3" quarter wall tubing. Maybe it's 4". I think it's 3", yeah. But this thing is super heavy duty. After my uncle passed away, my dad used it. And then my dad passed away. My cousin said I could use it here, so I've had it here for like 4 years. And I've just never had a chance to get it out and really start to use it. My dad used it quite a bit. He louvered a bunch of hoods, and my uncle did a bunch of hoods back in the day. Did a lot of ambulance hoods. They did like my dad's old 72 Chevy truck back in like 1985. They did a bunch of louvering on there. So I want to get this out and get it down to the pole barn and have it down there to use in the shop. It's super cool. Let me bring you up closer. Basically what it is here, it's a huge hydraulic press. It's got this ram that goes up and down, and you control it here with this hand lever, but it punches louvers and things. The cutter is up here on the top, and it presses down into the die here, which has rubber on it. Right now it's set up for a 4" louver. Which I just happen to have here. This is one of the last panels that my dad and I louvered with the machine. This is a radiator block-off plate I made for my Studebaker truck. It like hangs on the radiator with these brackets, and when it's cold out, it runs pretty cold, so I made this to help keep some heat in the radiator. But this has got the 4" louvers that are on the machine. So here is what it is. Good Time Louver Company. This was back in the 80s in San Jose, California. I have a whole bunch of dies down in these toolboxes, which are filthy. Oh, actually, here's some stuff my dad did. Some roof inserts and hood panels. He kept track of this. Did my friend's, his friend Larry Campbell. They did the hood on his truck. And what else is in here? Oh, there's the instructions from the 80s. But the basically, there's a bunch of louver dies in here for different shapes. And what we got here, they used to make these back in the 80s. They used to make these license plate covers, and they would paint them up and give them away as trophies for the car club show they used to have back in the 80s there. They give them away. They paint them up and then have them pinstriped and lettered up. But got a blank there. These got to be some of the dies, yeah. Some of the receiving dies here. So this thing's super cool. It's super awesome. It's pretty heavy duty. It works really good. It's got Not a lot of life on it because if it punched probably 50 hoods, that was a lot. It didn't get used all that much, but it's something that you don't see every day. Not a lot of people have louver machines. So I kind of want to get into practicing with this thing in the spring when I get it down in the shop down there and build a new shop. I want to get into this. I don't want to do hoods right away because you can screw people's hoods up. My dad actually screwed up that 59 Ford truck hood. They somehow got the louvers crooked and they had to go find another hood and redo it. So obviously I don't want to be doing like a Duesenberg hood and louver it crooked and ruin it and be in a world of hurt. Not that I'd be louvering a Duesenberg hood, but you'll get the point. So I want to practice with it on some flat sheet metal, play along, figure out how to do it the right way. I got some stands that hold hoods upside down there already. I want to louver the hood on my Econoline van build. I'm going to use the rectangular die for that to make some rectangular louvers to be a little bit different in the hood. And I've got a bunch of different sizes, but I want to try to get this going. The one guy in the club locally here, he's about 90 years old, and he's been doing this since like the 50s with his machine, which he made, homemade machine, but he's just got one style of louver. So I can do about 6 or 7 different styles of louvers with this machine once I get it figured out. But right now, I want to clear it out of here, move it out, and get it ready to go in the pole barn in the spring. I'm going to pull it out of here so I can have more room to work. It's pretty heavy. It's all real heavy-duty plate, but a cool machine you don't get to see every day, and it's kind of a specialized art that doesn't have a lot of call for. You'll see it on like Jeeps now. They sell louvered panels that bolt on the Jeep hoods. That seems to be popular right now, and you can still see it in custom work and stuff, but it's kind of an art form that's pretty specialized. So we're going to wheel this thing out and get it outside for now, and then pull the car in and then put things back. Okay, bam, let me, before I get the Jeep out and put it back in here, I got to fire up the 40 Mercury here and pull that up on out. It's a little colder today. It's like 28 degrees out-ish. So I'm going to fire this thing up. I'll bring you guys along for the ride, and we'll go from there. Here we go. Here we go. Where's that water? She cold-blooded. the Mercury in. I got the rear end sitting down in front of you here. Gonna bring it in for a ways, get the louver press in front, and kind of store that. And then we're just gonna get things situated, try to figure out the best location for this car to sit here. To work on it, I'm gonna let it warm up for a second. It's kind of cold-blooded, and then we'll see what we're gonna do from there. Man, this thing is hard to see out of backing up in here. What? Some kind of birds crapped on my deck lid. Dang it all. How does this look? That's not bad. Got some room over here. I think I get the doors open if I... Yeah, I can get the door open quite a ways. I think that's alright for now. I'm going to go ahead and get everything pushed inside and turn the heat back on. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Hey, tell a friend. Let's try to get the channel up over to like 6,000 subscribers this year in 2021. Share it on whatever, social whatever you got there, the social stuff. And let's see if I can get up to 6,000. So I appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you in 2021. And hopefully it'll be a good year. Bam.